Welcome back, children. In the previous video we studied about the 5 nutrients: carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals and proteins. The carbohydrate rich food are rice, potato and sugar. Fat we get from milk, oil, butter, cheese, etc. Proteins we get from all the pulses: meat, egg, milk. Vitamins and minerals we get from green leafy vegetables and fruits. Besides all these 5 nutrients, our body requires right amount of water and roughage. Now, did you know that green leafy vegetables and citrus fruits are added with lots of vitamins and minerals? Green leafy vegetables and citrus fruits are loaded with lots of vitamins and minerals. All milk contains all the nutrients required by our body and it is considered to be a complete food. That is why milk is called a complete food or the wholesome food. A diet that contains all the nutrients in the correct amount along with water and roughage needed for the proper functioning of the body is called a balanced diet. This is the definition of balanced diet. You can mark here. This is the define of balanced diet. A diet that contains all the nutrients in correct amount. The amount should also be correct, along with water and roughage needed for the proper functioning of the body is called a balanced diet. Now the next topic is sprouting and fermentation. Some methods of preparing food increase the nutritive quality of food, like sprouting and fermentation. Sprouted grains you must have seen. Your mama must be making at home. Whole grains. Sprouted grains like grams and pulses are rich in vitamins and proteins. Let us learn how to make sprouted grams in activity 2. What we have to do is soak some grams in water overnight and transfer these to a wet cloth. You can do this activity also at home. Keep the cloth damp for a day. You will see tiny threads coming out of them. These are the sprouts. Sprinkle some salt, lemon juice and add chopped onion and tomatoes to the sprouted grams. Now you can eat these as salad. This is sprouting you can do. You take some gram seeds, soak them in water overnight, then take them out, keep them in a wet cloth, cover the cloth and put it for a day. Another day you will find small threads coming out of these gram seeds. You can add chopped onions, tomatoes, lemon juice, salt, etc. and you can eat them as salad. This is highly nutritive food. Similarly, fermentation this is done in activity 2. Now fermentation. Fermentation improves the taste and nutritive value of food. For example, idlis are made from fermented dough. The dough is left overnight to ferment. Then it is made into balls for steaming them. Fermented food is more nutritive. Fermented food is more nutritive. Idli, dosa, dhokla, bread, bun, these are all made from fermented food. The dough is kept overnight, it gets fermented and then things are made. Food preservation. The next topic is now food preservation. Food kept for a long time gets spoiled by germs. Germs need water and warmth to grow. Let us try activity 3 to show this. The cooked food, when kept for a long time, it is spoiled by germs. Germs become active when the food has warmth and it has water. Now keep some cooked food or a chapati in a plate in one corner of the classroom. Put enough water to keep it moist. This we can do with the help of bread, although it is very risky. We should not do. Children should do this experiment in the supervision of a teacher or parents only, because germs will develop on this bread or roti and it may harm the children. And water is kept, the bread or roti is kept moist. It can be kept for a week. We will find some change in color. Small black, green, grey, purple dots are seen on the chapati or the bread. This shows the growth of germs. This in the language we say that fungus is grown on it. You must have seen sometimes in rainy season purple and green spots on the bread comes. That is for growth of germs on it. It is spoiled. It gives a bad odor. It gives a bad smell. Now, food can be preserved for a longer time by preventing the growth of germs. There are several methods to keep food safe and preserve it. First method is salting. We can add salt to food items to preserve them, as in pickles and fish. In the pickles are preserved for whole year. We add salt to it. Salt preserves the food item. Boiling. This method will preserve food for a short period of time. Have you seen your mother boiling milk? It prevents it from getting spoiled and also kills the germs present in it. Boiling is also a method of preservation, but it keeps the food item preserved for a shorter period. The daily when the milk comes, we boil it, and we can keep that milk for 24 hours only. Refrigeration and freezing. Food kept in a refrigerator remains fresh for some days. Germs do not grow easily in cool places. We can keep milk, fruits, vegetables, and cooked food in a refrigerator because the temperature in the refrigerator is low. That is why the germs, we can keep our food safe from germs. Sweetening. Excess sugar in the food also acts as a preservative. We can store fruits and for a long time in the form of jams, jellies, and murabbas by adding sugar. You must have seen sauces, jams, jellies, murabbas, and lemon pickle. These contain a good amount of sugar, and these can be preserved for a long time. Next method of preservation is dehydration. Dehydration means to remove water from a substance. In this method, the food items are dried in the sun to stop the growth of germs in them. Certain food items such as raw mangoes, fish, tomatoes, and potato chips can be preserved by this method. This you must have seen your mamas doing at home, putting things in the sun to make them dry. When water goes out of the things can be preserved for a longer period. So these are the methods of preservation: salting, boiling, refrigeration, sweetening, and dehydration. In the next video, we will study healthy food habits. Thank you.